To go to the next stage as a seeker of the spirituality of esoteric sciences and magic, stay in the video until the end, so you will know the whole basis of the power of the mages, and finally manage to become a real occultist. Because if you don't know that, you're still one step behind. Convince me the contrary, you aren't yet a real occultist. Well guys, welcome to another video here on the channel, where we review the esoteric sciences and everything that exists in the world of spirituality, self-knowledge, art, and high performance with the Sphinx of esotericism. What I have to tell you today is simply the fundamental basis for any kind of magic to happen, any kind of metaphysical experience, and any kind of self-knowledge in its essence, whether by philosophies or by a path of life, is a basis of virtues. You may have heard of the 4 virtues of the 4 verbs of the mage by this book of Eliphas Levi, Dogma and Ritual of High Magic. In this book, Eliphas says, to get to the sanctum regnum, this is the science and power of the magi. 4 things are indispensable: an intelligence clarified by study, an audacity that makes nothing stop, a will that nothing breaks, and a discretion that nothing can corrupt or get drunk. To know, to dare, to will, and to keep quiet. Here are the 4 verbs of the mage, written in 4 symbolic forms of the Sphinx. These 4 verbs can combine each other in 4 ways and are explained 4 times by each other. And this excerpt is extremely important because it reveals precisely the fundamental virtues, the pillars of the magic. So come on, before we go into any detail about these 4 primordial verbs of magic, I want to tell you a little about the riddle of the Sphinx. It is there from ancient Egypt, or even before it, and is composed of 4 creatures: the head being the man, the body of an ox, the lion's paws, and wings of eagle. So the Sphinx is the symbolic animal, archetypical, that brings the divinization of the beast. Within our vision, we have these 4 animals for such reasons. The eagle knows, the man wants, the lion dares, and the ox shuts up. So within these 4 symbolic animals, we have the 4 verbs of magic, which we will simplify and explain now. Let's start with knowing, which means having a mind clarified by the study. To dwell and go down several lines, it's having the wizard's curiosity, wondering about things and why they're like that. It is this curiosity that will lead you to the knowledge, and when I speak knowledge, I want to remind you that it's different from being familiar with. These are words separated by an abyss called Daf by the Kabbalah, because wisdom is only possible if you possess the understanding. That's what will allow you to make the right decisions of your life. And that's where we enter with the second verb of magic, the will, that is very connected with our true urge, which is very different from our desires of the ego. The desires of the ego are related to temptations and mundane things, and our connection to our higher self has much to do with our mission and purpose here on earth. The will must be worked on, so our purpose is achieved, because then we will make everything goes right, exactly the way it needs to be. And for that, we need the 3rd pillar. We need to dare to put into practice what we are knowing, what we want truly. If we don't dare and always wait for the right moment, the moment will never come. So we must do everything with courage, which means acting with the heart. Dare, even if you're afraid of things not working. Remember that the fear is one among the greatest risks of occultism, and there's already a video here on the channel talking about it. Links in the description, so don't forget to watch the 4 greatest dangers of occultism. And now, to finish, we come to the last, and perhaps the most important verb of magic, which is precisely to keep quiet. When you're silent, you can hear and interpret what you're listening to. The fourth pillar is the one that brings you a self-knowledge and a perception for all things. The silence does have a lot to do with this spiritual side. When we shut up to meditate or when we shut up to others, because not everyone is able to carry such knowledge, which sometimes we want to share. So, with this video, we realize how interconnected each pillar is, beginning with the silence, selecting and guarding to ourselves what we speak. We have increased our perception and coming closer to finding our true will, our true art, as I like to call it. And from this work of art and the self-knowledge, we obtain the boldness and courage to show the world all that we are allowed to show, all our wisdom that is allowed to be shared with those who shall comprehend. So guys, we're gonna end our video here. Do not forget to comment if you're a follower of these important rules or not. And also leave your like so you can help me in my phase of courage and daring that I am having to share with those who are in search of this knowledge. I hope that you agree with me that a real occultist knows and follows all these pillars. Also, watch the video in the link of the description that I talked about the dangers you should avoid when entering this world of occult science and magic. Stay tuned and don't miss the next video.